This is a heartfelt message for men inspired by a video I just watched, which said that men just want women who are attractive and who let them lead. And that is my nature, to let a man lead. I love a man to lead. The problem is that not only are men not leading, they're actually acting like predators, carelessly sliding into DMs, approaching me to fuck me, throwing out words that they don't mean. And instead of protecting me and providing for me, they're emotionally, physically, and mentally somewhat absent. I'm talking about men in the general population. Now, when it comes to my ex-husband, I did follow his lead, and I loved following his lead. In fact, I like to walk behind him. I like to walk behind him because I don't want to think about where I'm going, so I just follow him. And I do that with my sons. When they were little, I was the mom. I had 3 kids, and they walked behind me, and I thought of them as I'm the mama duck, and they're the 3 little ducks. And I definitely was the leader. But as they got older, I started letting them lead. It just naturally happened, and I just follow behind them. I like to. That way, I don't have to think where I'm going, and they walk faster than me, so it's fine. My ex-husband and my sons also have like this male energy about let's go and do this and let's go and do that. And some of the stuff was too scary for me. I didn't want to do, but some of the stuff I would do. So it was good to let them lead. And I just remember at the end of my marriage, as I was following him around, thinking, I like that he sets the tone for what comes next. Now, that didn't mean I was a doormat. I also had my own interests, and I had my own schedule, my own things. But I'm saying that I'm naturally submissive, and thank God that that was modeled to me by my mother and my stepmother. And so while I'm independent and opinionated and outspoken, and I can tell guys to go fuck off, I prefer to be submissive in a relationship and in bed. I prefer to be submissive. Yet I will always give you my opinion. And I would, the problem that I've come around since I was single has been a big disappointment, because I ended up finding out, instead of men being there to want to date me and protect me in the way my ex-husband did, you know, by taking me on dates and so on, they were just trying to be perpetrators. Online dating was just a bunch of guys wanting to fuck me and ghost me, which was shocking to me. I wasn't used to that. And I'm going to say it's not that I brought it on or I energetically am a doormat. I think that's just how the world is. And that's why I'm making this video. Because if you want women to follow the lead of men, you have to be men who lead. And what does that mean? A man who leads. A man who leads, like for me to be like, I'm going to follow you. I have to trust you and feel like you can handle me, that you have the physical strength, the emotional and mental bandwidth to handle me. And if it's a sexual thing, that you have a home you can take me to, that you have consistency, that you have a good job, that, you know, that as far as education and finances, you're at least at my level. I don't want to like take care of you or teach you or coach you or mentor you or teach you how to talk to women. Like, if you're going to lead, you got to fucking lead. You have to be the one teaching me things. I know men often will say to me, Sharzad, you're so intriguing and so interesting. And then I think, I want to meet someone I can say that about, you know. For a man to be a leader, he has to actually lead. So guys, ladies, if you're looking for men to date and you feel like there's nothing going on, it's because they're just trying to be perpetrators instead of providers and protectors. And when that happens, we walk around being more and more guarded, and we end up being more and more like, well, I have to take care of myself. Now, lately I've been wearing these Western clothes and I feel very drawn to them. In fact, I just ordered a few more today. I feel very drawn to them. Like, I'm going to change how I dress, and I love the power of it. I think it's very sexy. I've spent the last so many years just wearing like dresses, pretty dresses, feminine things, but now I feel like I want to dress like this. Partly because to me it's very erotic for a feminine woman like me to be dressed in like manly type of clothing. But also because I'm noticing I don't want to just show my body to guys anymore. I feel like they have to earn it. And when I'm wearing like these power clothes and men, like when I have my belt buckle on and men notice it, they just go right for that belt buckle. Like it's very erotic to them to have this big belt buckle in the abdominal area. But I also feel like protected. And see, the magic is when there's a man who leads and protects or provides, and I feel so secure in that, I can relax and let go and really be a woman. And that's what these clothes do to me. I have a massage therapist. He and his wife are good friends of mine, and he is very much in his masculine energy. And we had a conversation the other day, and just being around his very powerful, clean, masculine energy. He's a man who provides and protects. Like, he supports his family. He's emotionally present with his son and his wife and with his clients. He's consistent. He keeps his word. He shows up. He's done a lot of personal development stuff. And around energy like that, which he's fucking worked on, he works out, I naturally just felt more relaxed. And I told him, your wife is so lucky to have you. Because even just the way he was talking to me, I could feel myself relaxing. And I thinking, if I had a man of that caliber in my life, I would naturally feel more relaxed and more in my just feminine energy. Because what happens, you guys, if we don't have that masculine protection, we have to be the protection. We have to walk around guarded. All right. And the guardedness, it's hard to drop it. I really try. It's hard to drop it when people are always coming at us and there's no, I guess the masculine energy and the masculine leadership gives us like a container or a boundary, like I'm safe. I don't have to keep fighting off these men wanting to fuck my pussy. It takes, it's so hard to explain. And I have guys that contact me for escort appointments and they don't follow up, and they're shithead guys. They're weak examples of men and energy. And, we all have to live in the real world, but I'm just saying that's just the opposite of what's nourishing. Those men are depleting, and I'm letting them know your energy is depleting. It's not meeting my standards for what I require of men. So I'm not going to be able to work with you anymore. I don't want to walk around guarded, but what are the qualities that a man needs to lead? I have to feel like, here are some things, basic things. If you can crush it at CrossFit, you wear some decent clothes. I'm just talking like a fucking flannel shirt and some nice jeans, fitted clothes. And you have the confidence to enter a social situation and talk to women, you are crushing it. You're in the top fucking 3% of men. Because most men walk around all flabby. They look like they just came out of a homeless camp because they don't pay attention to their appearance. And their social skills are shit. If you can't even muster the courage to strike up a conversation with me, how the fuck are you going to handle me when I get pissed off at you or I need you for something? Are you just going to fall apart and crawl under a rock because you have no fucking courage? Your grandparents met in real life. My parents met in real life. I met my husband in real life. My sons met their girlfriends in real life. My daughter met her boyfriend in real life. And these are all people that have their shit together. You've got to get out of social situations. I myself would love to meet a man that likes that I feel like this guy, I could count on this guy this guy has his shit together. He's physically, mentally, and emotionally stable. He can handle me. He makes as much money as I do. He's as educated as I am. He's got his own place and it's clean, and he wants a relationship, and he's got his dick game on like he's my equal. And what I don't see men who are my equal. By that I mean as successful as I am, so I can look up to him. Like, I want a man who can teach me things. I want a man who can take me on new adventures. I don't want to always be the one I don't want to be the one that's leading all the freaking time. I don't mind like pushing you down the bed and sucking your dick and riding your cock and doing all kinds of sexual stuff and, you know, taking leadership in certain areas of the relationship. I crave a man to lead. But the problem is, until I trust him, as he has shown me through his social proof and all of that, you guys have to read the book Mate. Until I trust him, I'm not going to let him lead. You got to prove that you're leadership worthy. And this is where a lot of guys make a mistake. I still remember this guy left one of the comments on one of my videos saying, I send all these women likes. I don't want to invest more if they're not interested in me. That is the wrong attitude, dude. You've got to give us a reason. You've got to show that you are a man you've got to prove that you've got to show that you're a provider and not a predator. You've got to show that you're a provider and not a predator. And if you're not willing to invest in a text on an online dating app, like, it just screams incompetence and loser status. I'm sorry, that's how we see it. You have to read the book Mate. And if you don't understand women, I don't want to teach you. I'm not looking for a project or a student. I'm looking for a partner. Okay? I'm looking for someone who's competent and has some capabilities. And unfortunately, I don't see any men who have that, where I feel like, oh, this guy has, I see that in younger guys who are still single. And when I see guys like that online or who are making videos, I'm like, this guy has got it together. This is a guy that is interesting to me. They always have a girlfriend, because guys like that get girlfriends. Women love men like that. So it's not about running game. It's not about playing games. It's about being who you are. Do you have discipline, willpower, emotional bandwidth? Do you have the capacity to care about me, or do you just want to slide your dick in? And it's women are the choosers when it comes to sex. So I'm hungry for more men to be leaders and to be of the caliber of my sons or my ex-husband, but emotionally more developed than my ex-husband. He was all too closed off. And so I just want to make this video to say that there are women hungry for men to lead, and there are men who lead. We just need more of them. In order to lead, you have to be a leader. And one area where my dad made a mistake, my dad was always a little bit of a bully. He said, you have to respect me because I'm your dad. And that's the wrong attitude. And that's the attitude a lot of you guys have. You should like me because I'm a guy. Why should I have to do anything? Respect is earned. People respect you because of how they feel about you and how you treat them and how you conduct yourself. People look up to you because of how you treat other people and how you conduct yourself. And people feel provided by you because you're a provider. People feel defended by you because you're a defender. It's not just about, I got to get laid. How can I make this woman think I'm a provider? It's who you are. It's being calm. It's being in touch with your sexual energy. It's just who you are. And somehow, I think between guys being so much on social media and just not talking to women in real life, that's lowering your dick game, guys. You've got to talk to women in real life and get fit. You got to be able to do some stuff, and CrossFit is really good, something like that, because you're in a social setting, you lift heavy shit. It requires discipline and commitment. And when a woman sees a strong man, she knows He's got discipline, he's got commitment, he's got physical health, he can handle me in bed, he can protect me. I mean, that goes a long way. If he dresses decent, he's got good taste, and it's just feels very yummy. And if he has social skills, it's like, well, if he can care for a dog and care for his friends, he can probably care for me. And if he has a nice home, then that gives me like the relaxation that he can take care of me. I don't have to provide for him. That I don't want some homeless guy, you know, that's on the beach. Yes, and you don't need to make a shit ton of money. Any man who, unfortunately, the cost of rents are really going up, but any man of middle income, you know, can be a leader. You don't have to, it's not about how rich you are. In fact, some of these guys that have a lot of money are the worst in relationships because they work all the time and they're narcissists. And so I think a nice middle income guy who's got his shit together and has got some good habits built into his life would be the perfect partner. Yes, I'm hungry for a man to lead. I'm hungry to meet men who are leaders and who want to lead and who want to date and who are able to date. And I don't know that unless when I see you out in public, you come up and start a conversation with me. So I don't know what other women do, but I'm proclaiming to the universe that men who start conversations with me, I'm going to be nice to you as long as you're at least halfway fit and dressed well. If you're all flabby, I'm not going to really want to talk to you. You have to, you know, if you want the attention of a woman, you have to be worthy of it. I'm going to say it that way, unless you're looking for a counselor or coach. And then you can look any way that you want. But to be a leader, you have to be a leader. And it's a good thing that we women expect a lot of you, because if we didn't, the human race would fall into fucking mediocrity. If I didn't have standards and I was just going to fuck some flabby douchebag and reproduce with him, the human race would be extinct and decline into mediocrity. So the things that we require of men, make them reassess their priorities and wake them up to what's really important. Taking care of your health, taking care of your friendships, taking care of your mental, emotional, and physical health. And that's the standard you have. And if you do that, women are going to come flocking to you. And it's not about how much money you make. It's not about having big-ass muscles. Anyway, maybe this turned into a rant, but I was just thinking about how I have to, you know, the men I come across, I have to protect myself. Most of you men out there are not providing for women or protecting women. A lot of you guys are protecting. You open the door for me and you're nice. And a lot of you guys send me shit messages, slide into DMs, try to just perpetrate me to get my pussy without offering anything in return. Say you want an appointment and don't follow through. And then people like my brother who think women are bitches, who have a chip on their shoulder and carry that around. And, you know, I feel that energy. So in order for me to trust you and let you lead, you have to be a leader. And we need more men to be leaders. Yeah, so that's my perspective on that. And I like to show my body to men, but to men who deserve it. And I show a lot to my clients. I show a lot to them. And my ex-husband got a lot of me. And my Just for Fans subscribers get a lot of me. But when I'm out in public, you know, I don't want to show guys all that. I want to be protected. But when I'm out with a guy on a date, I'll show a lot more because he's the protector. And then that leaves me free to be feminine and show more. And that's the power of a male lead and a male protector. He leads when we're dancing. He leads when we're out. And then I can just be the woman. And I don't have to protect myself energetically because he's doing it. And so I really love that we're equal in like financial and voting power, but in our relationship, there's a leader and a follower energetically, and a penetrator and a penetratee, and I like that. I do. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I'm an escort, by the way.